So how do you cut ties with refined white flour and still enjoy and even make those baked goods like dessert? Well, today we're going to tell and show you how. Stay tuned.
Here we go now.
Hey, I'm Marianne, and a healthy exchange is about show and tell. First, we tell you why, and then we show you how you can make simple substitutions to your diet that are not complicated, rigid, or expensive. So what's wrong with refined white flour? Well, refined white flour is really limited in nutritional value. White flour has all the fibrous and nutritious parts removed during processing. And because white flour products are digested easily, they are considered highly glycemic foods. With better options out there, why not choose more nutritiously dense options? Using healthy flours in place of refined white flour is really a smart decision and puts you one step closer to better health. Your food becomes that much more nutritious. So now let's look at some options that we can use in place of refined white flour and why they're a better choice. But before we do you use a white flour alternative? Let us know in the comment section below. So here are a couple of healthier options for white refined flour. The first one is oat flour. Oat flour, according to some studies, has been linked to healthier cholesterol levels and lower blood pressure. Oat flour is inexpensive, it bakes well, and it provides a little extra moisture to baked goods. Oat flour gives you that extra boost of fiber that can benefit your heart. The next option is coconut flour. Coconut flour is full of healthy fats and it's also low glycemic. It's a good choice for baking. A third healthy flour substitute to white refined flour is almond flour. Almond flour, like oat flour, has been linked to healthier cholesterol levels. It has a high protein content, it provides healthy fats, it also has triple the fiber that white flour does. It's also gluten-free. Another option is black bean flour, or even just using black beans. Black beans contain fiber and iron, making this a great substitute to white flour. So the last option I want to share with you that you can use to replace white flour is tapioca flour. Tapioca flour is similar to cassava flour. In fact, they're made from the same plant. Tapioca flour can be used as a binding agent in a lot of recipes. It is easy to digest, it is gluten-free, and it's sugar-free. It's a great option. The options that I shared with you today have good fat, fiber, and protein, making them excellent choices. There are many options available to you to replace refined white flour in your baking. I only shared with you a couple. Remember that every flour has its own unique texture and flavor, and some might work better in recipes than others, so you want to do a little bit of research to figure out which flour or which bean works better for you. So up next, Amy's going to show you how you can practically use this information that you learned about healthier alternatives to refined white flour. She'll walk you through a great recipe that is not only gluten-free, dairy-free, but also has some nutritious benefits. It will help you work towards your health goals. If you like what you saw today, hit the like button. And if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to our channel.
Hi, welcome back. I'm Amy. I hope you're fully inspired to make some healthy exchanges for your white flour in your recipes. Today, I'm going to make a remake of a classic dessert with a twist, actually a few twists. You know, even when you're trying to make healthier choices, there are times when you're going to want a treat. So today, I am making chocolate-covered cherry brownies. This recipe has no white flour, no white sugar, it has no butter or added oils, but it's full of healthy ingredients. And the result is going to be a fudgy treat, and you're not going to believe what's in them. Come on, I'll show you. I'm going to start with my cherries. I'm from West Michigan. We love our cherries here, and these are chocolate-covered cherry brownies. So we need to get these prepped a little bit beforehand. I took some dried cherries, and I actually put some water in them and a little bit of maple syrup, popped them in the microwave for about 20 seconds or so and let them cool real well. So that you want to do first, just so that you can get them cool. And then I also prepared some coffee. I made some decaf coffee. This is going to be a secret ingredient to make my brownies taste extra rich and complement the flavor of the chocolate. So I have that ahead of time that I want to cool, so I'm putting that aside too. Now let's work on the dry ingredients. The dry ingredients start with the flour exchanges. I'm going to be using a blend of coconut flour and tapioca flour. And remember, coconut flour is an awesome exchange for white flour because it's high in fiber, it's full of good fat, and low carb. So get that in there. And then for a little starchy element for the texture of the brownies, tapioca flour. And both of these flours you can find in any of the bigger grocery stores. Wherever they sell the gluten-free flours, you're going to find them there. So just want to make sure that you lightly spoon it in, level it off, and add it in. Okay, now I'm going to get started on my wet ingredients, and it starts with black beans. They're going to be part of my healthy exchange for white flour. They're going to add some fudginess and texture to these brownies, and of course it's a very nutritious ingredient. High in fiber, protein, adding a lot of nutrition. So start with the black beans, and then second, for my fat element, not butter or oil, I'm adding a half avocado. Avocado is good fat. I just scored it up a little bit with a knife and getting my half avocado in here. Good fat for you, anti-inflammatory, and a super healthy and nutritious ingredient in this recipe. This is all going in the food processor, so I'm going to process it all up. It's going to be super easy. And then another healthy exchange for my sugar, I am using coconut palm sugar. So just that is going to be a much lower glycemic index than regular sugar. And then a milk element, I'm using a half a cup of full-fat coconut milk. That's going to provide some good richness. And when you take the coconut milk out of the can, make sure you put it in a container and stir it up a little bit so that it's homogenized when you put it in, and you're not just getting clumps of either just the liquid or just the fat part. Okay, spreading it in the pan. And this is when I add my cherries and my chocolate, the chocolate covered cherries. So the cherries that have been plumped up a little bit, I'm gonna make sure that I get those around evenly in the pan. And then, forgot some, get all those in there. And then chocolate chips, and that's gonna be the chocolate covered part. This goes in the oven for about 30 minutes at 350, and I'll meet you back here. A delicious treat that's filled with healthy exchanges. And who knows, it might be the first step to making better health choices. Enjoy!